We turn now to new details on a pedestrian that was killed in Chicopee in November. Officials have released the name of the 72-year-old man who was hit and killed. He's been identified as Edgar Francisco of Chicopee. The incident happened the evening of Saturday, November 23rd at the 1500 block of Granby Road. Francisco was taken to Bay State Medical Center where he later died.